welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking with you guys about our first duty station as a military family. So I'm just gonna hop right into it. We are an Army family. My husband is in the military, and our first duty station was at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. So we lived there for 2 years, and we just PCS and moved to Georgia. So it has been quite an experience. We have moved twice. My husband was deployed. He goes to so many trainings. I solo parent a lot. But all in all, it was definitely an experience at our first duty station. When I first found out we were going to be stationed in North Carolina, I was like, oh my God, like, are we gonna be in the middle of nowhere? That was my fear. Like, we lived in Atlanta at first, so it was like, we went to Atlanta to North Carolina. I mean, it could be worse. That's what I kept telling myself. It could be worse. But I started immediately, like, as soon as I found out we were going to Fort Bragg, I got on Facebook and I joined all of those Facebook groups. And that's really honestly how I got and found out so much information before I even got to Fort Bragg. So if you are planning, or you know you're going to be stationed there, or that is an option, go to those Facebook groups, because it goes down in the Facebook groups. But no, that's where I got a lot of information about what Fort Bragg was like, things that are there, what the people are like there, the messy life, the everything that you can think of. I joined those Facebook groups to really see what life was like there. But once we got there, it honestly was not as bad as I thought. And this is from our personal experience, because everyone's is different. But we chose to live off post, and I'm going to make you will see a whole nother separate video on our off post housing and how we did it and what it looked like. But we chose to live off post because we prefer to have a normal life outside of the military. So we like to go out, we like to do things, and we just like to be a civilian normal, I should say, me, because we just don't like people in our business. And from what we could tell and from stories we've heard in the past, and now that we know that we've lived there, people are very nosy and people like to be in your business. So we wanted to, outside of him being in the military, we wanted to have a normal life, and no one would know we were a military family unless they saw my husband in uniform. So we lived off post, and that was probably one of the best decisions we made, because life was pretty normal outside of him going to work on post and me going on post for certain things. It was like life was normal. We lived like 15 minutes from post, if that. He was able to just hop on the highway and get there that quick. So going on and off post was not hard. I used to be nervous going in and out of the gate because I didn't go on post that often, but I never got checked or anything like that, thankfully, and it was a breeze. But I will say, if you are living on post, make sure you have your military ID with you at all times, because you need it for literally everything. So that's another thing, and the whole reason why I didn't want to live on post, because I don't have to show you my ID and do all of that and do everything just to get home, just to go shopping. Like, no. But that's my personal experience. When we first got there, we wanted to figure out the dynamics of how the city flows, what parts was the ghetto, what parts was the good parts, where we should go shopping at, where we should not go shopping at. But I will say that Fort Bragg, Fayetteville, I should say, had, as long as it had Target, I was Gucci. So they had Target, Walmart, all the stores, all the food places, like the basic food places, I should say. So I was able to survive. Chick-fil-A, Zaxby's, and I'm talking about food. But as long as I had that, I was good, because I'm not, like, I'm easy to please when it comes to the basic necessities. Like I said, I just needed Target and Chick-fil-A and Zaxby's, and I was good. But I did like that it was still a very diverse town. There was people from all walks of life because it was a military town. So we met so many different people. So I will say, as far as our experience goes, we chose to live off post. So it was a little bit of a challenge to make friends. And that's just me being a woman in myself, and I don't really like to open up to people, especially military wives, because you have to pick and choose who you become friends with. And I did make some really nice, genuine friends, but we started out as like on play dates, or there was another connection that brought us together outside of just being military wives. Aside from being in a new place with no family, no friends, I made family and friends from lashes, from working as a teacher, from going to military events, like I said, just really getting a good handful of people that you can hang with. And even if you aren't like a friendly person, you can still find at least one person that you can connect with. And even if it's just for play dates with your child, or if you have a dog, there's so many dog wives, moms out there that just, you can hang out with them and their pets, you know. So there's something for everyone. It's kind of one of those things where there's someone there for you, as long as you can, you know, maneuver through the messiness of everything. As far as starting over and being in a new place, I started looking for a job as soon as I got there, just because we were in a new place. I had my business, of course, with me doing lashes, but I had no idea how that was about to go down. So I started looking for a job. I'm gonna be straight up, North Carolina, Fayetteville, I don't know which one it is, or if it's both, they don't pay well. So I was like, yeah, this is not gonna work. So I took my lash business and I fully branded it, I fully promoted it, I fully marketed it, and I was booming within the first 2 months of me being in North Carolina. Really the first month, and it skyrocketed because there's military wives, there are colleges there, there's just so much going on, and people with disposable income that would like to get their lashes done. So life was good as far as a business owner, specifically doing lashes in North Carolina. I did that the whole time I was there, and then I also started teaching while I was there as well. And with coronavirus, most of my teaching was virtual. So I was a virtual online teacher, and I did lashes as well. I will say finding a job is a challenge because of the pay, for one, and then there's so many people looking for a job because there's so many people PCSing and moving there that the job market is just a little eh. But if you are an entrepreneur, or you can come up with other ways to make money, and especially with COVID now, there are so many virtual jobs and things you can do remote and online. So hopefully it's a better experience. But when I first got there, I was like, ooh, what is going on? Especially coming from Atlanta. So friends, work, military life, I did go to like so many different like little events on posts and try to like get integrated with the military life, and that did help me in the beginning with just adjusting to being by myself. And when I say by myself, that's because my husband was constantly working at a training, doing something. He worked a lot and he went to a lot of training. So being by myself with our son, I had to figure out a lot of things on my own. So I like that Fort Bragg did have those workshops and things available, because I did take advantage of using those, so that way I can find out as much as I can about Fort Bragg. But once I got comfortable, once I got acquainted, we did move into an apartment at first so we could figure out the area. And then once we figured out what we really liked, where we wanted to be, we moved into a house. And I do have a house tour. If this is off post, like I said before. So I do have an off post living house tour just so you can see what houses are like there. I know a lot of people do end up buying houses there. We chose to rent just because we were figuring things out. We're still a young couple, but definitely you have those options. Overall, our experience there was not bad at all. Again, just for us, I know everyone has many different experiences, but my husband was deployed. He got called out to do that whole craziness at the beginning of 2020. So he was rapidly deployed. We had like short notice, like within 24 hours, he had to be gone and on a plane heading out. So we did experience a deployment there, and that was very hard because it was so rapid and last minute, but we pushed through. And during the deployment, COVID happened. We moved into our new place in North Carolina, and we came out on top. So I will say, although as a military life, as a military wife, living in the military life, there are so many curveballs. There's so many things that are unexpected. There's so much that just goes on behind the scenes. But living at Fort Bragg was not the worst. And honestly, in a way, it like I said, it made me grow. It made me, realize how independent you really are. As far as I go, it made me realize how independent I am, having no family, no friends, husband, worked a lot. So that adjustment was an eye-opener, and it helped me really grow. So I will say, all in all, our experience was good, and this is me speaking for my husband because we both have talked about this. When someone asks, how was Fort Bragg, we agreed that it was not the worst. It wasn't as bad as we expected. We've heard other duty stations are worse. We have heard other duty stations are better. Some people really hate Fort Bragg, but for us, it was like from like a 1 to a 10, I would say it was like a 7, 8. Like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad. And I got to meet some amazing people there. I think that's what it was for me. Amazing friends, amazing people that I call family now. We were going to be there for 1 more year, but my husband got a promotion and accepted into a program. So we're going to be in Georgia for 2 years until we go to our next duty station. So if you guys have any questions about Fort Bragg or what life was like, I feel like I hinted on and touched on the main points of our experiences there. But if you guys have any questions, if you want to know something, definitely comment down below. I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to watch my off-post housing tour. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions about life at Fort Bragg, comment down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.